Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Forsaken Luna, The Alpha's Regret. Episode 6. Enzo's POV. Heaving a sigh, I push my body on the chair before picking up my phone. I have been in surgery for 5 hours and luckily, we were able to save the young man at the last minute. I left Michelle back at the office under Maria's guilt and I know she is going to do well. My baby is a smart and how can I not be proud of her? Looking at the time, it is already past 6 and I am certain she is getting ready for that dinner. I know exactly what that woman is planning and I want to sit back and enjoy the show because it is going to be a fight slap on Nicholas's face. Massaging the space between my brows, I press back against my reclining chair before picking up my phone and dialing her number. After a ring, she answers and my lips curl into a smile the moment I hear her voice. "Hey baby." Her excited voice reached my ear. "I was thinking about you. Are you already missing me that much?" I ask her. "Of course, I miss you every moment of the day when you are not with me ready yet. I am just starting." I look at the time again and I scoff. She really wants to make that bastard pay for what he did to her. I have been reading through the files Maria sent me and she also sent me a list of things to discuss with Nicholas. This sure will be a big one for me. If you get tired of it, you can let Maria handle it. "Of course not, Enzo," she blurts. "You gave me such a big task. I should do a good job at it." "Okay baby, take care of yourself and call me once he comes. I want to listen to everything. Make sure you have something to eat and get a good rest before your next surgery." As soon as I end the call, my eyes darken as I punch in a few numbers again and the person answers almost immediately. "Boss, take some men and go to the house. Michelle will be having dinner with her ex-husband and I don't want anyone disturbing her." "Okay boss." Mustafa ends the call and I press my head against the chair before closing my eyes again. I have another surgery in the next 4 hours and I need all the rest I can get. My wolf is literally begging to take some rest. I have actually overworked it for the past few days. My pondering is interrupted when I hear my door push open and a familiar scent filters into my nose. "Why are you here?" I don't bother to open my eyes. "You look so tired." Brother Izzy's voice resonates in the room. I finally open my eyes and press forward against the chair. She has a sour expression on her face and I already know what she is thinking about. "I have a surgery in the next 4 hours, Izzy, and I need to take some rest. If you have nothing to say, maybe you can keep an eye on Enzo and Avril like I asked you to." "For how long will you keep punishing yourself, Enzo?" she asks as she perches on the chair opposite me. "For how long will you keep tormenting yourself for what happened years ago? You haven't even given yourself a moment of rest since then. You have Avanti to run and you still have this hospital to return to. Don't you think it's time you take a break and start afresh?" I clench my jaw in anger as her words continue to penetrate my ear. That was a memory I never want to remember, but with each passing day, it glues to me. I can neither get rid of it or forgive myself for it. It has been 10 years already, but it still feels like yesterday, and because of that single act of mine, the moon goddess had to punish me so badly. Thinking about it now, I scoff. I haven't even thought about my past in a while now, since Michelle came into my life, but will my peace of mind last? For how long will I push the thoughts to the back of my head? The full moon is some days away. Don't you think you should tell Michelle? Tell her what? I snap at Izzy in anger as I ball my hand into a fist. that I become 10 times more violent on a full moon? That I don't care who or what I destroy. The more I talk, the more angry I become. Michelle is so pure, she isn't supposed to know about my dark side. I only love her and I want her to remember that for all eternity. That is the main reason why I shut her out of my thoughts. I don't want her knowing anything about the evil I am trying to hide. She doesn't deserve it. Your blood saved her, Enzo, and that means the moon goddess has something planned for the two of you. You should tell her and save yourself from this mystery. I push my body out of the chair and let out a heavy sigh while massaging the back of my neck. It seems you have a lot of time on your hands. Why don't you put it to good use? Her forehead creases into a slight frown. What do you mean? Blood moon pack. I want you to find out everything about it, and I mean every single thing down to the smallest detail, but it's not even in Los Angeles. She tries to refute, but I glare at her and she goes mute. Do as I have said, Izzy, and don't make me repeat myself again. Of course I walk towards the fridge and grab a bottle of water before chugging it down, and I turn to Izzy again. If you have nothing more to say, you should leave. I need to take some rest. Sure. I pull her to a hug and press a kiss on her forehead before letting her go. Take care of yourself. I love you, brother. I love you too. As I watch her walk out of the office, I let out another sigh as the memories of yesteryears become fresh in my head again. I shake my head to push the thought to the back of my head again. This is not time for me to be thinking about it. As I walk back to my chair, my phone screen lights up and my face creases into a small smile when I see the caller ID. She must really miss me. Hey, I say as I press the phone against my ear, do you miss me that much? Of course I can feel a pout on her lips. I miss you so much. I will be home soon, I tell her. Just try to enjoy your time with Nicholas for now. Are you okay? Her question hit me and I gulp. She actually noticed. Why are you so down? Did something happen? Michelle further asks. Not at all, I respond. I am just tired. You are clearly lying to me, Enzo. Michelle snaps from the eye. What happened to you? She sounds so worried and I can't help but sigh. I should have known she would notice my mood. Trust me, kitten, She immediately interrupts me. I am coming over now. Remember, you have to make Nicholas pay, right? You cannot do that if you come over, and I actually don't want her to see me in this condition. I don't want her to see my pain or my heartaches. I just... Nicholas can wait, but you cannot wait. I don't like the sound of your voice and I will just make sure you are okay. If he is truly interested in getting me back, he will wait like he is meant to. So I am on my way, Michelle says from the other end, and she doesn't even wait for me to say anything before ending the call. Nicholas's POV. What exactly are you planning on, Nicholas? Natalia asks me as I make my way towards the car. Why aren't you telling me anything? I know we want to trap Michelle and that Enzo guy up, but what exactly is going on in your mind? At least let me in so I can help you. Michelle belongs to me, Natalia. Whatever she is today, I made her and I will be damned if I let another man have her. I signed the contract today and we have a lot to discuss about the fashion function over dinner. I have a week to show Enzo that I still have her wrapped around my fingertips. You know that, don't you? One question, Nicholas, Natalia continues. Do not forget that we are in this together, and yes, I want to see her in pain for all the pain she has caused me. I don't care what you do to her or how you make Enzo hate her, but do not forget that we have a baby coming on the way and you cannot go back to your ex-mate. She disgusts me, Nat, I tell her, but I would rather she be by my side and suffer than watch another man try to make her happy. How dare he? My eyes darken as I talk. I do not want Michelle, but I do not want another man to have her either. Just make sure to do a good job with what I asked you to do, not to worry. I will make sure she doesn't recover from this one. As my car accelerates out of the hotel premises, the thought of Michelle winds its way into my mind again. I am the one who let go of her, but that doesn't mean a man like Enzo can just pick her up and try to make a mess of me. Seeing her with Enzo sparked a kind of anger inside of me, and I will rather see her with no one else. 1 week is enough to make Michelle return to my side. 1 week is enough to make Enzo regret his decision of leaving the two of us to the fashion show. 1 week is all I need to make Michelle see how worthless she actually is to the man that she claims she loves. How can she fall in love so quickly like that? I am the only man she has ever met, and I am going to be the last. The beeping of my phone jolts me out of my thoughts, and when I see the caller ID, I answer and press it against my ear. Hello sir, it is the judge presiding over our divorce case. I want you to halt the divorce proceedings for now, I tell him. But you told me to hasten up and... I immediately interrupt him as anger wash over my face, and I am telling you to halt it now, until I tell you otherwise. Okay sir, I will do as you have said. Good. I end the call and place my head against the car headrest before closing my eyes. Call me wicked or evil, but seeing Michelle with another ruthless man, I just want to make her crumble. Don't you think we are going to extremes? My wolf asks me. This is little compared to what I will do if I do not get Michelle back in a week, I answer, and I swear on the moon goddess. As soon as the car comes to a halt in front of the house, a certain man walks up to me, and from the look and aura emanating from him, I know he is one of Enzo's right-hand man. The lady boss is not at home at this moment, he announces. You will have to wait for her. I scoff as I look at my watch. It is just a few minutes past 7. Where did she go? I don't think that is any of your business, Alpha, he retorts. I have been asked to watch over you until she comes back. I close my eyes for a moment, trying to control my anger. Michelle must pay for all the humiliations. My thoughts are interrupted when I hear a few footsteps, and I turn to see a sea of reporters coming towards me, all already clicking pictures and shoving their cameras in my face. Mr. Woodsborne, why have you come to your ex-wife's house today? One of them asks. Does signing a partnership deal with Avanti make it easier for you to come back into her life? Another inquires. What exactly do you have against your ex-wife, Mr. Woodsborne? Another asks me. You even had an article published about her in the newspaper. I ball my hands into a fist. I should have known this is what she was planning. I can't help but scoff. I should really give it off for her for this one. She actually messed me up big time this around. Tell us, sir, why do you keep showing up around your ex-wife? From what we heard, you are already divorced. Do you still have a thing for your ex-wife? She is married to Enzo Phillips now. How do you feel about that? Saying anything outrageous now will make my business suffer the heat. I have already sacrificed one when I asked the reporters to publish the news about her, and now I have to tread carefully. We have a few things to discuss over dinner, I finally answer, and that is why I have come here. Even Enzo Phillips knows about this. Why? Does it bother the world that an ex-husband and wife are working together? Do you still have feelings for her? Another asks me, and I clench my teeth in anger. This is strictly business, so you feel nothing for her anymore? This is only about business. Yet, Isn't this strictly about business? A familiar voice filters into my ear and I turn my head to the direction of the voice. Michelle is working towards us and I can't help but stare at her for a moment. She is clad in a pair of Saint Laurent black gown that clings to her body perfectly, and the sweet smile on her face makes me remember when I used to see a genuine smile on her face. I mean, you wrote a whole article about me and my husband on the front of the newspaper, so I am also curious if this is about business too, Mr. Woodsborne. I can see the evil smirk playing across her lips. This must have been her plan all along. I mean, it wasn't hard for you to pay a bunch of reporters to cause a scandal, so what the point of trying to hide who you really are? Now she is standing face to face with me and I can see the anger emanating from her. A few weeks ago, you served me divorce papers and ousted me out of the house. Do we really need to tell the world what you did? I can't help but chuckle lightly. She is trying to push me to the brink. Michelle is trying to make sure my perfect plan is ruined. I just keep looking at her as she continues to speak with anger radiating from her. Or you have a thing for happiness? She asks again, her gaze lingering on me for the longest of time. Or should I tell the world how you slept with my eldest sister and made her pregnant? Is that what you want? Do we have to do this? Of course, Michelle laughs gently. I am going to do it like I have never done it before. After that she turns to the reporters with her darkened eyes. Make sure to report as you saw here today, because your colleagues who went against Enzo are all in prison and are being charged with defamation of character. I trust you will have a good sense of justice with that. Michelle turns around and makes her way into the house. It wasn't until after a series of questions that they left and I angrily ventured into the house. She is seated in the living room when I enter and her face curls into a mocking smirk when she sees me. I thought you would be shameful enough to just go home. I mean, haven't you been humiliated enough these past 2 days? Do you want more? I walk towards her and yank her up, my hand gripping onto her tightly and my gaze darkening at the sight of her. How much did you pay him to play along in this little scheme of yours? What did you offer him? You don't think I am daft enough to believe that the moon goddess will bless you with another mate the moment I rejected you? I am not stupid, Michelle. Did you think I would suffer because you left me? Pain and anger is evident from her voice. Did you think I will wait and pray so you would come back to me? I tighten my grip around her again before a mocking smile appears on my face. You and I know that no man will stoop low to make you a mate, Michelle. I have had all of you and even more. How dare you even try to touch me? She snaps her hand out of mine in anger. Do you think you are even worthy enough to stand before me anymore? I have always been way above you, Nicholas, but you never noticed because I didn't want you to. You are just an alpha, but I am more than you can imagine. Ask Natalie and she will tell you about me. Look, she points her index finger at me. If Enzo finds out that you tried to hurt me or his babies, then that will be the end for you. Her statement makes me halt for a moment. What the hell did she just say? What did you just say? I can't help but ask. What babies? Michelle scoffs and caresses her tummy a little. Do you think you are the only person who could get someone pregnant? 3 years with you and I couldn't even get pregnant, but here I am, carrying Enzo's babies. Maybe I wasn't wrong after all. Maybe you cannot father a child. I suggest you check with Natalia properly. She might be giving you someone else's child. As soon as she is done speaking, she makes to leave but halts again and turns to me. The world will be watching us for a week and I am also eager to see what you will do next, but in everything you do, I will always be one step ahead of you. Let me see you try anything funny with me and Natalia will lose her pregnancy because of me, and I swear it. Be it in our world or the human world, I will destroy you faster than you can even imagine, bet. The nerve of you to think you can have dinner with me. She rolls her eyes in anger and mockery. Michelle walks away as her words continues to linger in my head, but what baffles me the most is the news of her pregnancy. It all should have been me and not Enzo. Michelle's POV. As soon as I enter my room, I slump on the bed and close my eyes for a moment. I am trying to expel the anger from my body. Nicholas is not even worth even a cent of my anger. How can he just show up in my life and try to take my back like I am some kind of commodity? Isn't he afraid of being struck by lightning because of his behavior? The more I think about it, the more angry I become. I am even annoyed with Enzo because even as I went to the hospital, he refused to tell me anything and kept saying he was fine. I had to leave because he had a surgery, but that's not the end of the matter. He must tell me what is actually bothering him. I am not sure for how long I have closed my eyes, but when I open them, I find myself in a field full of flowers and a woman is standing far off. The moment I see her, I know she is not someone ordinary just from the aura emanating from her. Her inky long black hair is cascading down her back and her garment looks so white that I am unable to keep my eyes on it. The more I stare at her, the more her presence feels familiar, like I know her. It feels like I am acquainted with this person and we have a special bond. Even from behind her, I can feel the compassion and endless love emanating from her, and I can't help but be overwhelmed. If I am being correct, the moon goddess has blessed me with her presence. This is the very first time she has ever appeared to me. We only communicate through thoughts, but seeing her in front of me now, I am super amazed. Not in my life did I ever feel like I would ever see her. Slowly the lady in front of me turns and my heart skips a beat. She has the most beautiful face I have ever seen, and the crescent moon crown on her head confirms my suspicions. She is just like a pearl in the middle of the sky, a cloak of light and love at the same time. Goddess Selene, her name rolls out of my mouth as I slowly begin to walk towards you. You are a child after my own heart, Michelle, I hear her say to me as a gentle yet genuine smile appears on her face. A child I have come to love more than even my own direct descendant. Goddess, you, my voice trails off. I don't even know what to say to her. This has to be the best day of my life because I was not expecting this, ever. Do you know why I bestowed you with so many gifts, Michelle? She asks me again, the smile on her lips widening with each passing moment. Why I decided not to give your sister any and gave you all of it. Because you love me. She chuckles lightly, because you need it more than her, Michelle. The road ahead is a very long one and all the powers I have given you will come in handy. I have blessed you more than I have blessed many of my worshippers, and I hope you will put it to good use, my child. I make decisions for my children, but I do not help them effect those decisions. The two men in your life are the men I have bestowed you with, and I hope you have the courage to do away with the one that has caused or will cause you pain. Her voice is so genuine and soft that I want to keep listening to it forever, but I know she came to meet me because it is very important for my life. I cannot help but be grateful. Like I said, she continues again, you are a child after my own heart and I want you to live up to that name. I wonder if my decisions for you will make or mar you. She draws me into her bosom and presses a kiss on my forehead, and I feel a kind of warmth enveloping me. The kind of warmth I have never felt since my mother passed away. Immediately I open my eyes and I find myself back in my room with Enzo's confused expression staring back at me. He looks worried and I can already guess why. You were out for so long, when did you get back? I brush my hand over my face and this is when I realize that I have been crying. I must really be hurt for the moon goddess to come meet me herself. You want to talk about it? Enzo inquires as he tucks a few strands of my hair to the back of my ear. I glance at the time and it is a few minutes past 4, he must have come in an hour ago. How was your surgery? Went well. Enzo lowers himself on the bed in front of me. I kept thinking about you and how mad you got and left. I am sorry for upsetting you. I gulp. She came in my dreams, I tell him. She called me her own. She told me I was the one after her heart. Of course you are. He wipes the tears on my face. She goes hard for you and I am proud she loves you too. I am happy that the one up there is constantly watching you too. I can feel the sadness from his voice and the pain in his eyes. What is he hiding? What is he not telling me? Why is he in pain? Why? She told me about you too. I see him gulp and my suspicions are confirmed. Did you hurt anyone in the past? Enzo looks away from me for a second and clamps his lips together. The pain is becoming too much for him to even hide. You know I don't only love you, Enzo. You gave me a new lease on life and I will forever respect you for that. Whatever you are going through, I want you to know that you are not alone and I am here with you. I met you and I fell in love with you. Now I want to be the Luna that you find solace in. I know we just met a few weeks ago, but I promise you that I am here for you. You know that, don't you? Enzo turns to me and I see tears well up in his eyes. The man who everyone knows as ruthless is actually in tears. This must be bigger than I imagined. I am a bad person, Michelle, and I still love you. You can't define my love based on your own opinion of you. Would you still love me if you knew what I did? Talk to me, Enzo. I pull him closer and envelop him in a hug. I want to hear all about your demons so I will know how to help you fight them. Please don't make me do this. Baby, he is literally begging me. I don't want to lose you. I swear on the moon goddess that you won't lose me. Enzo, I whisper into his ear as I gently stroke his hair. I promise. 10 years ago. His voice filters into my ears with him still in my embrace. I caught the woman I thought I loved in bed with my beta and I was very upset. 15 teenagers died because of my anger that day. Limb by limb I tore them into shreds and made a mess of them because I was angry, and as if that was not enough, I killed her and killed that stupid beta of mine. But those 15 teenagers. His voice trails off for a moment and I can't help but feel bad for him. This is the burden he has been carrying for 10 years. And for 10 years, I have been suffering the wrath of the moon goddess. I become 10 times more violent on a full moon night and I find it hard to control myself around anyone, no matter who it was. I have made an attempt on Izzy's life countless times. Is that why you work in a hospital? I ask him as I gently run my fingers through his hair. Even if I save all the people in the world, it is not enough to compensate for those 15 lives, Michelle. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me. I shouldn't have let my wolf lead me on. I didn't want to be an alpha that makes the life of his pack members hell. I gently shush him. You have been paying for your crimes since then, my love. You do not need to keep beating yourself up about it. I am sure those 15 souls have already forgiven you for what you did. You just need to forgive yourself and continue being who you are, Enzo. You have done a lot of good in these 10 years to keep holding on to that incident. You need to let go of it now. I slowly disengage from him and cup his face. Do you trust me? I ask him and he nods with every fiber of my being. Then I will help you overcome your pain, baby. Trust me, I will make you forget about what happened 10 years ago. I swear on it. I gently press a kiss on his lips. So you won't leave me? Are you kidding me? I chuckle lightly, trying to make light of the situation. How can a ruthless man be this soft? I can't leave this life of luxury behind for anything, baby. I have come to stay and you have to deal with it. As Enzo pulls me in and claims my lips again, I know that we both have our demons to fight, but the fact that we will do it together is what makes us stronger and much more powerful. This man, I will love him to the death of me, and I am sure he will too. I will love you to the very end of the world, kitten, he says as he slowly pulls away from me, and I smile gently. I keep forgetting that he can hear my every thought. Enzo's POV. Michelle stirs in her sleep and gently opens her eyes. I can't help but smile back at the beautiful woman lying on my bed and wearing my clothes. No matter how much I gaze upon her, I cannot get enough of her. I am actually glad that I discussed my feelings with her, and now I feel a lot better. I can't help but thank this woman enough. She has been an epitome of blessing ever since she came into my life, and I have the moon goddess to thank for that. Good morning, beautiful, I say to her, and her lips curl up. How long have you been staring at me? Her feminine voice reaches my ear. Long enough to know you were having an erotic dream about me, I answer with a coy smirk on my lips. I could see it, Enzo. She beams and the color rush on her face is actually very massive. I love to see her happy and smiling. But we will discuss about your dream later. Today is an important day for us. Michelle shoots out of bed, of course, and I can't wait to see the amazing designs you have come up with. I slowly pull my body out of bed and hold out my hand to her, which she readily takes. And that is why I have brought your own clothes too. Her forehead creases into a frown as I lead her into the walk-in closet, and Michelle's jaw drops. These are very beautiful, Enzo, she says happily while checking them out. I mean, these are really pretty, I know, right? A coy smirk appears on my lips. I have planned all the outfits you will wear during the week and also outfits for the whole first trimester. Michelle rolls her eyes as she folds her hands across her chest. Are you indirectly turning me into an Avanti model? Won't that be nice? I snake my hand around her waist and pull her in before pressing a kiss on her lips. You know, I could make you into an A-lister model if you want to, babe. You will look fabulous on my runway. I press another kiss on her lips again. Can you afford my pay then? Michelle inquires jokingly as she snakes her hands around my neck. I am very expensive. Just name your price and I will have my account officer send everything to your account. Look at your bragging. Her lips curl into a huge grin. But thank you, I will pass. I am pregnant and I do not need the stress. Then I will keep a slot for when you put to bed. Then my hands find the hem of her silk nightdress and I cup her bum, making her gasp silently. What do you think you are doing? Michelle asks me while biting down on her lips seductively, and immediately, my member reacts to it. She has no idea what this does to me, does she? I told you not to bite your lips like that. Should I punish you? I raise a brow at her. Why? She slowly begins to trace the outline of my bare body. I am only reacting to how your touch made me feel. You can punish me if you so desire. She places another kiss. Are you ready for me? I whisper into her ear while pressing hard against her. With a smirk on her lips, she cups my hardness and gives me a light squeeze, making me groan softly. Before I can even react, Michelle wriggles out of my embrace as the smirk on her lips intensifies. We don't have time to be naughty now, do we, Mr. Phillips? She asks as her gaze travels back to the dresses. Today is a very important day for us, don't think you have won? Kitten, I growl softly. I will have my way sooner or later as you wish. My love, I snake my hand around her waist and bury my face in the crook of her neck. I just want to lie in bed all morning with you by my side, don't you see that? How come you are feeling lazy today of all days, baby? I hold onto his hand gently. Today of all days. I ain't feeling lazy, I just want to hold you in my arms and you can do that later, babe, she tells me. For now, we need to get ready and leave. A soft knock on the door makes me raise my head from her shoulder. Madam Michelle, your makeup team has arrived, the chief butler announces from outside the door, and I let out a heavy sigh. I will take a shower and come now, Michelle calls out to her. Okay ma'am. As soon as her footsteps die away in the hallway, I bury my head in her neck again and fill my lungs with the scent of her. Everything about this lady intrigues me. Do you realize we have a busy day today? And that's why I am recharging so I won't miss you too much. I press a kiss on her lips before disengaging from her. I should get ready now. I have a meeting with the other brands before the gala. I will send a car for you later. Her forehead creases into a slight frown. What car, Enzo? You have more than 50 cars in your garage, so. I fold my hands across my chest. Just enjoy the luxury and let me work with that. I leave a kiss on her lips before making my way out of the room. At the beginning, I wanted to just host a fashion week for Avanti's newest collections, but I decided against it and involved a few new companies so they could also show their collections to the world, and Nicholas's company came last. I actually don't care if his collections can meet the criteria or not. I am more concerned about Avanti. With one last look at the mirror, I nod at myself in approval. I think I should be awarded the most handsome man on earth because I look too good, and this is something I know. No one can tell me otherwise. The blue tuxedo is sitting on my body beautifully, and I have my hair pulled back in a neat bun with clean undershaves. This is my outfit for the gala and I am so much in love with it. Michelle made the right choice. I allowed her to pick out my outfit and now I love it. My attention is drawn to the door and I see Izzy and Xavier enter. Xavier looks really dashing in his black suit while Izzy is wearing Avanti, one of the new yet simple designs. She made me deliver it to her house, or she promised not to come, and now I think I made the right choice delivering it. She looks really spectacular in the dress, I can't lie. My sister is fine as hell. Boss Xavier bows gently. You look really dashing in this, Enzo, Izzy says happily. I know, right, I answer with a coy smirk, and she rolls her eyes. A simple thank you will suffice. I know you know that you are handsome, you look beautiful yourself. It runs in the gene. A proud smile appears on her face. Izzy is the second person I love the most after Michelle, and they are the two women I could lay my life down for no matter what. Have you seen Michelle? Izzy went ahead to ask as a huge grin appeared on her face. I saw her when she arrived and oh my gosh, Enzo. You really outdid yourself with her outfit. She looks so pretty and I couldn't take my eyes off of her. The reporters swooned over her, but the guards did their jobs. But her dress is really pretty, and with that hourglass figure of her, she made the dress look even 10 times better, and you even got her the Bentley truck you talked about the last time. You are really going all out for her, Enzo. I can't help but swallow hard at her outburst. If Izzy is praising her like this, how would I react seeing her in that dress? That was a dress I designed 4 days ago specifically for her, but she was not aware of it. But hearing Izzy praise it, I can't help but feel fulfilled. She looks absolutely stunning, boss, even Xavier says, and I gulp. I need to see her now. The door opens again and Maria saunters into the room. She is also clad in an Avanti outfit. Boss, the show begins in 5. Michelle. She is already seated at the area you asked me to prepare for her, sir. I just told her about the speech and she is a bit overwhelmed. She says she didn't prepare for it. Don't worry, she will be fine. I trust her more than I trust myself. Take Izzy and Xavier to their seats. Congratulations, brother. She presses a kiss on my cheek before the three of them make their way out of the room. I immediately bring out my phone and dial a number, and the person from the other end answers almost immediately. Hey baby, you didn't tell me I would be giving a speech before the commencement of the gala, Enzo. She complains from the other end, and how I want to wrap my hands around her and kiss her. I know you can do it. I will be watching you from down below as you make your mark, my love. That is the peak I want you to achieve. Where everyone will be watching you from down below as you climb up the pinnacle of success. You trust me, don't you? Of course I do, Michelle answers. I am just a little nervous. You do not have to be, my love. I am with you, and moreover, you need to show Nicholas how it is done. All right, you owe me for this one. She is certainly joking and I chuckle lightly. Anything you want, baby. Okay, try and get ready and I will also brace myself. I love you, baby. I love you too. As soon as I end the call, 3 of Avanti's stylists enter the room with some clothes on a hanger. Your outfits for the runway have arrived, boss, one of them says, and my face creases into a small smirk. I can already imagine the look on Michelle's face when she sees me on the runway. Michelle's POV. After dropping the call, I let out a heavy sigh as a well-dressed man walks onto the stage. This is the first time I am attending a gala and I can say this is out of this world. Right from the hall, the decor down to the light and everything is top-notch. For the first day of show, Enzo really outdid himself because I cannot keep my eyes to myself. The sight of everything is so beautiful to behold, and not to talk of the crowd that had gathered. The guest list was filled with important men, and seeing how the hall is full, it is safe to say that Enzo has made his mark in the world he exists in. I am the only one seated here right now, and Maria told me Enzo specially prepared this place for me. I get to see everything happening on stage and I can't help but feel proud of the man I married. He treats me like I am the only person on earth. My thoughts are interrupted by the man on the stage again, and he is saying something which is making everyone chuckle lightly. He looks a bit familiar, but I am not sure where I have seen him. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. His manly voice resonates in the room. You are all welcome to the first day of the Fashion Week. Avanti, in collaboration with 5 other brands, have worked so hard to bring this to the limelight, and I hope you all will be pleased with what you will see today. Avanti is a grand brand which is known all over the world, and I am very sure you are all aware of it, and that is why you have come here today to watch the masterpieces that Enzo Phillips has created. He pauses for a while as his eyes drink in the sight of the full hall. He is still talking when I catch a glimpse of Nicholas and Natalia sauntering into the hall, and they are taken to their seats, just 2 rows from me, but from where I am seated, I can feel their gazes on me and I can't help smirk. Today they will both be watching me from the podium and I will be higher than them, a dream Enzo has made possible for me. My thoughts are interrupted again due to the voice of the man standing on stage. Tonight, the wife of the CEO of Avanti will be giving the opening speech. Immediately the spotlight settles on me. Maria walks up to and beckons on me. Letting out a heavy sigh, I pull my body out of the chair before we both make our way towards the stage. As soon as I mount the podium, my eyes fall on Enzo, who has a huge smile on his face. He has been sitting behind me for a while now and I didn't notice him. How coy. He hands me the microphone and I heave another sigh. Good evening everyone. I start to speak and I see the smile on Enzo's face widen the more. He looks so proud of me and I can't help but be proud of myself too. This is the man that wants me to reach my full potential and I will make sure to make him proud no matter what. I know this may come as a shock to the lot of you hearing that I am Enzo's wife, but it is the truth. We have been married for a few days now and I am so glad to be standing here today giving an opening speech for the Fashion Week, but I won't delve into my marriage history because we are not here for that. I am one who loves fashion a lot and seeing the amazing designs from Avanti in the last few days, I can't help but expect the best tonight. Tonight, I will like to tell my husband that I am super proud of him and I cannot wait for to see his amazing designs on this stage tonight, and I hope we all will try our best to make the Fashion Week a success. I tell them with an air of pride and joy, my eyes on the man whom I love. He winks at me from downstage and I know for a fact that he loves my speech. A few questions ma'am, one reporter says as she shoots out of the chair and I gently nod at her. Maria has already briefed me about everything, I knew this would happen. Yes, go on. The smile on my face widens a little as I lean towards the podium stand. I am not going to let the paparazzis figure out about my pregnancy from photos. Recently, the issue of you and your ex-husband, Mr. Woodsborne of Air, has caused quite a stir on the internet, and the fact that Avanti and Air signed a collaboration agreement, do you think it will affect the Fashion Week? This is one of Avanti's biggest projects ever. I glance at Enzo for a while and his face remains expressionless, but I know for a fact that he is solidly behind me. That is the most validation I need. Miss Ida, that is what is written on her name tag. I believe we all were given a brochure for tonight's event and I don't think I remember seeing you can ask about my ex-husband or me in connection with the Fashion Week. I pause for a while as my gaze travel to Nicholas and my sister. I can't help but smirk, but I will answer you so that such questions will not come up again. Avanti and Air are both brands and I see no reason why brands cannot work together. I can agree that my ex-husband is just a bastard, but since Enzo seemed fit to work with him, how can I say no to that? Finally, Enzo can't stop himself from chuckling lightly and those around him do too. I also find the insult funny. I will suggest we focus on the bright side of things, I add with an air of finality. Any other questions? A reporter raises her hand and stands up. Just one question ma'am, he begins. Avanti has always organized its fashion weeks solely on its own, but it is in conjunction with more than 3 brands this time around. How much faith do you have in Avanti? I trust in my husband, I answer almost immediately as my eyes travel around the hall and settle on Enzo, who is now standing up with a microphone in hand. Good evening ladies and gentlemen. His dominating voice resonates around the hall as his gaze continues to linger on me. I would have gone on stage, but today is specially for my wife, so I will stay here and admire my damsel. First things first. Avanti has never disappointed and it is impossible for us to do so, and secondly, I will arrest any reporter who puts my wife and her ex-husband in the same sentence again. She belongs to me and I am making sure the whole world knows, because I am ready to take a life for her. My heart swells in joy at his outburst. This man doesn't even care about where we are. I am always his first priority. And baby, he turns his head towards me. I am unable to take my eyes off of you. Tonight I swallow hard as I try hard to stop my smile. Can't he stop being naughty? Any more questions? I ask as Enzo sits down, but no one says anything, and I know why. None wants to get into his bad books. Very well then, have a lovely evening, and I hope the rest of the week goes smoothly for us all. As I walk back to my seat, I can feel some pairs of eyes on me. One belongs to my husband and the others belong to the most insignificant people life has given me. As soon as I lower myself on the chair, my phone beeps with a message, and when I see the caller ID, my lips curl up. You look so gorgeous, baby. I want to eat up. How naughty. How about you eat me up in the restroom then? I text him back before beckoning on one of the female guards that was assigned to me. I will like to use the restroom, please come with me? Ma'am, what I didn't know was that, by the time I walked out of the restroom, Nicholas would be waiting right at the door with his eyes traveling around me lustfully. Nicholas's POV. 3 hours ago. With one final look at the mirror, I pick up my phone from the table, and this is when the door opens and Natalia saunters into the room looking gorgeous in her black sequin dress, one of the newest collections. But no matter how much I look at her and want to admire her, I cannot get the words of Michelle out of my head. I don't even know who is lying, because on one hand Natalia is pregnant and on the other hand, Michelle gets pregnant with Enzo just a few weeks after they met. The more I think about it, the more upset I become, because everything should have been about me. And I know for a fact that Michelle is not lying about her pregnancy, because I can actually see it. The glow, the beauty, and everything in between. I noticed it the very first day I saw her, but I couldn't even decipher it completely because we no longer shared that bond. I can no longer feel anything about her. Don't I look good? Natalia's voice jolts me out of my train of thought, and I let out a heavy sigh. This shouldn't be happening today of all days, because today is an important day for me, but thinking back at what Michelle says, I get restless. I am going to ask Natalie, so I will be sure that Michelle has always been my enemy and no one else. What is going on in your mind, Nicholas? She asks again. Why do you look so glum? Is your pregnancy mine? I blurt out immediately, and I see how her eyes open wide for a split second. What do you mean, Nicholas? What are you talking about? The baby inside of you, is it mine? I ask her again, my gaze darkening with everything inside of me. I love you, and I did not hesitate to let go of Michelle for you. As I ask you again, Natalia. Is that baby mine? Why? She scoffs. Did Michelle tell you that I am giving you another man's baby? You know, if you had placed your mark on me and made me yours, you wouldn't be asking me this question, because you would automatically know if the child is yours or not. How can you even believe what Michelle tells you? Have you forgotten what she did? I am only asking you a question, Nat. I growl in anger as I cup her neck, my eyes staring deep into hers. Do you believe me? I just want to make sure you are not deceiving me, Natalia. My love can turn into hate in a split second, and I don't mind making you two sisters pay. I swear on my baby Nicholas. She snakes her hand around my waist in a sensual manner. I know you too well to even want to deceive you. I like the fact that you know that, baby girl. I pull her in slowly and press a kiss on her lips. I am glad that you have not forgotten that I am the worst of evil, and I can you go your knees if you ever betray me like your sister did. I belong to you, Nicholas, she says, and I will betray you. Good girl. A smirk appears on my face. Now grab your bag and let's go. As she saunters out of the room again, my mind drifts off to Michelle and I ball my hands into a fist. How dare she? I am going to make her pay for every single inconvenience she has caused me. Now here I am standing face to face with her in front of the restroom as my eyes travel around her and settle on her face. Her face is devoid of any emotion, but that is secondary to me. Everything about her intrigues me at the moment and I just want to keep staring at her. I don't know if she got more beautiful after we separated, but she looks really stunning right now, and it is hard to believe that underneath all this beauty, a devil looms. Why can't you leave me alone? She growls in anger. Why do you keep showing up in front of me? Do you miss me that much? You called me a bastard out there, Micho. You are way worse than that, don't you think? I chuckle lightly. Rather than finding her words annoying, I find them cute. You look so beautiful today, Mish. What's the secret? Hearing you call my name like that irks me out. Now get out of my way. I have important things to take care of. She makes to move, but I grab a hold of her waist and yank her closer, backing her against the wall and my huge frame towering above her. Compared to me, she looks so small and fragile. What do you think you are doing, Nicholas? Why? Does my touch still affect you? I mutter into her ear, but before I can actually say anything else, her hand collides with my face in an angry slap, making me move a step away from you. How dare you even try to touch me? Her eyes darken. How? Don't you think you are being too touchy with my wife? A deep hoarse voice asks behind us, and I turn to see Enzo walking towards us with an angry expression on his face. I know I gave you permission for a week, but how dare you come into my show and try to make a mess? Are you tired of living? He grabs a hold of my neck and as swift as lightning, he pushes me against the wall and his grip on my neck tightens. How dare you, Nicholas? My lips curl into a smirk. Immediately I grab a hold of his hand and shoves him off. Just as we are about to lunge at each other again, Michelle throws herself in our midst and we both stop abruptly, clearly to stop ourselves from hurting her. You don't have to do this, Enzo, she tells him. He is not even worth a penny of your time. Please, why? Are you scared that I might actually kill him and take his position? I can't help but scoff as I begin to take slow strides towards them. Seeing you with another man disgusts me, Michelle. Knowing that another man has touched you the way I touched you makes me so mad that I want to tear him into 1,000 pieces. I see Enzo's lips curl into a mocking smirk as he yanks her close. She falls right into his embrace and his hand cups the small of her back. Too bad for you then, Mr. Woodsborne, he tells me. I will make sure to send you an invitation for when next I make love to her. I would like to see you watch us have crazy acts. His eyes continue to darken as he keeps staring back at me. Nicholas, I hear Natalia call from afar as she hastened towards us. Worry and confusion written all over her face. I have been looking for you. What happened? I ask her. Seeing the look on your face, I am sure Izzy did a good job, Enzo announces as a chuckle leaves his lips. What? The pack house has been attacked, Nicholas, Natalia announces as Enzo's chuckles get more loud. You did this, didn't you? I growl in anger, my wolf threatening to burst out of me. Today I have only given your sister a scare, Nicholas, Enzo retorts. I know she is very dear to you. Unlike this here, he glances at Natalia for a moment. Today I only gave her a scare. I would kill her the next time you think of touching my wife with those hands. I swear on her life. Not waiting for my response, he holds onto her hand and pulls her away. Ah! I growl in anger as I bang my fist angrily on the wall, making part of it break in the process. Enzo's POV. I don't let go of her hand until we enter my dressing room before I bang the clothes in anger and I see her flinch. A gesture that makes me realize how angry I actually am. When she sent me that text, I decided to actually meet her only for me to be caught up for a few minutes and I saw Nicholas holding on to her. The anger that resonated within me at that time was so massive that I actually wanted to kill him and destroy everything he has. Calm down, Enzo. Michelle tells me, you are so angry and it is emanating from you. I am upset. I hiss in anger, how dare he? I should have actually ordered Izzy to kill his sister, how? I am still talking when she pulls me into her embrace and envelops me in a tight hug and immediately I feel my anger begin to reduce. I snake my hand around her waist and bury my head on her shoulder while filling my lungs with her scent. Are you calm now? Her voice filters into my ear. Today is a very important day and you shouldn't let a man like him get you upset. He is not worth it. I know, right? I slowly pull away from her but my hands are still snaked around her waist. I was just really upset when I saw him touching you like that and I lost my cool. I am really sorry about that. You don't have to apologize, baby. I was also very angry but I won't let that ruin a perfect night for us and you. Hand done enough for now, baby. She caresses my lips gently. Nicholas loves Lucy a lot. He won't recover from this and moreover I have asked Mustafa and Blair to find out what Natalia did for 3 years before she came back. I am sure there is more to this than what meets the eyes. When it comes to my sister, let me handle her, Enzo. She is irrelevant to both of us right now. I let out a heavy sigh and finally calmed down. This is the woman that knows how to make me feel better no matter how angry I am and I can't be more proud of her. You know I am proud of you, yet. I press a kiss on her lips gently so I won't smudge her lipstick. I couldn't take my eyes off of you. I know, right? Her lips curls up. You look so dashing in your outfit and I couldn't help but blush when you defended me like that. I wanted to tell the whole world that this man is mine. Of course I am yours, I tell her. I am yours and yours alone. I know, right? You. Our conversation is interrupted when a gentle knock resonates on the door and it gently pushes open to reveal Maria standing. We are about to start, sir, she announces. Okay, I then turn to my wife. Let Maria take you to your seat. I will join you soon, okay? Take care of yourself. She kisses me again before turning on her heel and leaving. For the love of the moon goddess, I can't even take my eyes off that beautiful body of hers. Now I want her. My wolf growls inside of me as I feel a tingle inside of my pants and I chuckle lightly. Am I getting hard just by looking at her? I mutter under my breath as I rake my fingers through my hair trying to steady my breath. I think I need a shower. My musing is cut short again when the door opens and few of my staff saunters in. It's time to get you ready, boss, one of them says and I chuckle again. Give me a minute as I make my way into the bathroom. I can't stop laughing at myself. Honestly, Michelle is unlike any woman I have seen or been with before. She is just different and phenomenal. I can't lie, but I bagged a rare gem and whoever tries to take her away from me has to answer to me. I mutter again as I feel my bulge continue to increase. I have just finished putting the finishing touches on my face when Rhea ventures into the room and the moment she sees me, a genuine smile appears on her face. She has been working for me for 5 years now and she is the best person for the job. She knows how to keep things professional and that's one of the biggest attributes about her, someone I can actually rely on to get my work done. You look so dashing, boss, she says as she takes slow steps towards me, and these last-minute designs are so amazing. I am glad we actually worked on them. I can bet these will be the highlight of tonight's show. I don't care about anyone aside from my wife, I tell her, and she nods jokingly. You really love her so much, sir. At times I really can't help but admire the kind of relationship you share with the lady boss. I have worked with you for a while now and I haven't seen you treat anyone like you treat her. Have you ever been in love? Not at all, she laughs gently. Love is the last thing on my mind right now. I still need to grow my brand. The smile on her face widens, but underneath all that, I can see the facade. Who will tell this lady that I am aware of the fact that she has loved me from the moment she stepped into my office for an interview? The thought of it makes me chuckle lightly. She has really tried hiding it for years and I am thankful for that. Maria is a very pretty lady, but my wife Michelle, she is my only type. You will soon come on the runway, boss, she says after a few seconds of silence, and we did everything like you ordered. Good. I glance at the mirror one last time as Michelle's face appears in my head. Let's get to it then. The moment I step on the runway, my eyes settle on the woman who is seated directly in front of me and I can see her mouth open wide in awe. I am putting on a teal-colored three-piece suit which sits beautifully on my body. Since I designed the outfit, I decided not to try it on until I am about to show it to my woman, and even if I did not, it follows the natural shape of my body and I can see Michelle practically drooling over me. This is the expression I was expecting. The fact that I already know what she is thinking about makes me smirk and wink at her. The sound of the camera shutters distract me for a moment, and this is when I see her secretly click a picture through the corners of my eyes and the smile on my face widens. She sure has some explaining to do. Her face remains like that until the final outing. As I make my way back into the arena, I notice she also leaves her seat and makes her way backstage. As soon as she enters my changing room, everyone immediately leaves, and just when I think she is going to say something, Michelle pounces into my embrace and crashes her lips on mine hungrily. The kiss is vigorous and full of need. I cup the small of her back before caressing her bare back slowly, and I feel her whole body vibrate in my arms. With each passing moment, the kiss intensifies and I feel her body heating up. She must have felt I felt earlier. She must have been spellbound too. After kissing for a while, she gently pulls away from me, but our faces still remain close and her raspy breaths reach my ears. Do you know what you did to me out there? Michelle's shaky voice filters through. I had to keep my cool so I wouldn't pounce on you on the runway, baby. You looked so amazing in those designs. Her voice trails off as I pull her much closer to me. I can't hold it in any longer, I whisper into her ear. Immediately, I cup her bum and pick her up before placing her on the dressing table. I claim her lips hungrily as my hands work to find the zipper of her dress. As soon as I find it, I pull down the zipper and the dress falls off her body, revealing her perfect peaks. I take one in my hand and give it a gentle squeeze, making her groan in my mouth. She deepens the kiss and our tongues meet, both colliding and glazing as the tension intensifies. The door pushes open and Izzy's scent filters into my nose. Michelle's POV. Seeing my husband looking all dashy and too good to be true on the runway, I can't help but feel proud of him. Is there anything this man cannot do? He is the epitome of grace and poise. I will forever be thankful to the moon goddess for bringing him my way. Each outfit is a fight against the other, and the moment he is done, I immediately make my way to his dressing room because looking at him from that runaway, I already want to pounce on him. I want to show him how much I love and adore him. I want to show him that through my actions and not my words, but what I didn't expect is that his junior sister will walk in on us with one of my peaks in his mouth. The moment I see Izzy saunter into the room, I immediately push Enzo off and pull my dress upwards while his own gaze darkens as he turns his attention to the intruder. I-SOR, Izzy's voice keeps trailing off and I can totally understand why. I would have also been in that kind of situation if I am the one who caught a couple making out in the dressing room. What exactly were we thinking? Couldn't you have knocked? Enzo growls as he covers my body with his large frame. I am sorry, Izzy says again, a smirk lingering on her face. I just wanted to. Get out of here, Izzy, Enzo spits in anger. Alright, she tilts her head and winks at me. You rock, sister-in-law. Make sure to make his toes curl. I can tell the color rush on my face the moment those words reach my ear. How can she be so vague yet so cute? She reminds me of when I used to love Lucy with everything inside of me. I didn't expect Lucy to turn her back on me. And make his toes curl? I love the sound of that. I will make sure no one enters here, she says in a whisper again before scurrying off, leaving me laughing to myself. Enzo stands still for what seems like ages before he finally turns to me. None of us can hold the laughter again and we immediately burst out laughing. This. Enzo rakes his hand through his hair as his gentle chuckles reach my ear. I guess we forgot that, Izzy. Don't care how ruthless you are. She will barge into your personal space. I have spoiled her rotten, he tells me as he encircles my waist again. I am sorry you had to witness that. I should have locked the door. I pull him in and press a kiss on his lips again, leaving my dress to fall off my body yet again. I love the relationship you share with your sister though, I whisper into his ear and the smile on his face intensifies. Now can we start from where we stopped? Let me make you feel good, my love, I whisper over his hair as a smirk appears at the base of my lips. Another knock on the door makes me halt while Enzo balls his hands into a fist. Now he is really annoyed. Boss, it is Maria from behind the door. It is time for you to come back on stage. You. Give me a minute, Maria, Enzo calls out to her. Yes, boss, he returns his gaze to me and tries to cup me again, but I stop him. I think we should halt this for now, I tell him as I drip my hands on his shoulders. The world needs you and you need to go out there and make me proud, but you wanted to make me feel good. I can feel the frustration from his voice and I can't help but chuckle lightly. How can such a ruthless man be such a baby in my arms? I can always do that, but now we need to go out there. Fine, he almost rolls his eyes. Just know that I am going to tire you out for the rest of the night. Okay, Captain, I press a kiss on the tip of his nose. You should leave now. I will get ready and come on out. I will tell Maria to bring you on stage when you come out, okay? Of course. With another kiss, he arranges his clothes before making his way out of the room. My eyes continue to follow him until he closes the door behind him and I let out a sigh. I can't help but keep falling in love with him over and over again. My thoughts are interrupted when my mobile begins to beep. Seeing the caller ID, I immediately answer the call. Hello Luna, it is Mustafa from the other end. We found out that for the past 3 years, Natalia has been cohabiting with a witch from the Zia clan. My eyes darken almost immediately at his statement. The witches of the Zia clan have been enemies with werewolves for the longest time. Father and mother dedicated their entire lives trying to shield us from their cruelty. How did Natalia even convince them to take her in? No matter how much she hates me, did she have to put her life on the line like that? Is that all there is? For now, Luna. Mustafa answers from the other end, I am still trying to find a few things about the Zia clan. The last I heard of them was several years ago. I am also shocked that they were working undercover. His statement makes me furrow my brows in confusion. What do you mean, Mustafa? Do you also have an issue with the Zu clan? Enzo has been looking for them for years now. They are responsible for the death of his mother. My heart skips a beat the moment I heard those words. I didn't know. Okay, thank you. Make sure to keep me posted. I end the call and close my eyes for a moment. This is more serious than I thought. And what exactly was Natalia doing with them? I make up my mind to ask Enzo on my own. He would be able to tell me more about them, seeing that he has been looking for them for years now. After arranging my hair, I pick up my clutch bag to leave the room, but my mobile begins to ring again, and when I see who it is, my eyes darken, but I answer the call. Why did you call me? Meet me at the parking lot, she says from the other end before ending the call. For a moment I contemplated if I should go to the lot or back to the hall, and in the end, I decide to meet her. I have a question to ask her. Natalia is leaning on my car when I walk up to her. She is purposely trying to spite me by doing that, but I am way above that league. I am way above the game she is trying to play. So you actually came? Her voice reached my ears as I come to a halt in front of her. I didn't know you would. Why? I can't help but scoff. Because you know you are beneath me. I will advise you. Tread carefully, my dear sister. She leans forward, her gaze not leaving me even for a moment. Everything won't always go according to your plan. Michelle, are you threatening me right now? Stay away from Nicholas, she growls in anger. I am particular when it comes to him. The nerve of you, Natalia. I ball my hand into a fist. How dare you stand in front of me and utter such words? Who the heck do you think you are? Wow, I laugh. Because you stayed with the Zia clan for 3 years, you think you can tell me what to do? I see her move uneasily as my words reach her. Her gaze drops for a moment. I think I am onto something here, Natalia, I continue. Tell me, what did you do all these years? Have you forgotten how our parents tried to protect us from those people? You still have the nerves to stay with them. What are you? My elder sister. She snorts in anger. I am elder to you and I will do whatever I chose. You better don't meddle in my business or Nicholas won't be the only person I take from you. My eyes darken immediately. I totally understand what she is trying to say. Take a step closer to Enzo and I swear, I will tear you and your wolf into a million pieces. Just you wait and watch, Natalia. The moment I find out why you mingled with such people, I will make sure to make your life a living hell. 1 week is enough for me, and I swear I only called you here to tell you one thing, Michelle. I do not care about the bond we share as sisters, but I will not hesitate to take you out of the way, and mind you, I already have my men on your trail. You better don't annoy me further. Her statement makes me laugh the more. Right now she looks like a clown performing in a circus. 1 week, that's all I need, Natalia. I suggest you jump on a plane and go home alongside Nicholas. He needs you there more than here. You aren't even helping matters. Air team is enough to take care of everything. And listen, I move close to her and dust a few speck of unnoticeable dirt from her clothes. Don't ever call me your sister again, it makes me want to puke. I do not know you and we do not share any relationships, ma'am. A familiar voice filters into my ear and I turn to see Maria coming towards us. The boss is looking for you, she says. His exact words, you do not need to mingle with people of low class even if they are related to you by blood. you should come to where the world can see you. What? Natalia is taken aback by Maria's outburst, her anger skyrocketing. Those are the words of my boss, ma'am, Maria further adds, and I can't help but scoff. This man. Michelle's POV. With a heavy sigh, I slump on the bed and close my eyes for a moment to relax. Tonight has been very hectic and all I want to do is just lay in bed and sleep. After I left Natalia at the packing lot, Enzo and I attended some interviews and finally the first day of the show came to an end. A few reporters still swooned around us even after everything was over and we still had to take some pictures. I have never been in front of so much people before, and with the way Enzo showed he was doting on me, I should expect more of that kind of attention. After a few minutes, I push myself out of bed before getting out of my clothes. I should take a shower before Enzo finishes his call. The moment I step into the shower and the water pours down on my body, I let out a slight moan of relief. I actually need this. As the water continues to pour, my mind drifts off to what Mustafa told me. The fact that Natalia is acquainted with them troubles me a lot, and more about the fact that Enzo's mother died because of them. I can already imagine the kind of anger he feels towards them and how he must want to tear them into pieces. The Xia clan has been an age-long line of powerful witches who just love to meddle with the lives of the werewolves. It was first formed in Japan before it spread vast across the world, and now, for Natalia to involve herself with people of that caliber, she definitely must be the worst of evil. My thoughts are cut short when I feel a sharp pain underneath my belly and my hands immediately fly to cup my stomach as my heart skips a beat. Are my babies okay? Is the tumor back? Genuine concern washes over me. A lot is going on in my mind as I continue to hold onto my tummy while trying to steady my breath. After about 2 minutes, the pain finally subsides and I finish bathing quickly and make my way into the room again. Now Enzo is already sitting on the bed, but he still has his phone pressed against his ear. I put on a silk nightwear and blow-dried my hair before jumping on the bed beside him. As soon as my body comes in contact with the bed, Enzo pulls me closer and snakes one of his hands around my waist. Very well then, let's talk about this tomorrow. With that, he ends the call and turns to me, a small smile appearing on his face. Sorry I couldn't join you for a shower. I understand, I answer with a shrug. Can you call Dr. Lawrence for me? I ask him and a small frown appears on his face. What happened? Are you okay? I just felt a slight pain. I just want to ask him if it is normal. Maybe we should go to the hospital. You? Not at all, I gently interrupt him. Just give him a call. I am too tired to go out now. As you wish. He dials Lawrence's number and almost immediately, the doctor answers. Hello, Enzo. What's up? Hello Lawrence, I asked him to call you. Is everything okay? Are you fine? He asks me. Yes, but I felt a slight pain earlier which lasted for about 2 minutes. That's totally normal, but you can drop by at the hospital tomorrow and we can do a full body checkup. What do you think? Fine, I will stop by the hospital tomorrow then. After Enzo ends the call, he drops the phone and turns his full attention on me, a slight frown on his face. Why are you thinking too much about it? He inquiries, his gaze intensifying as he speaks. I am just worried, babe. I don't know how she got entangled with them and I know it is not for the best of reasons. I wonder what she did. I will find out for you. You don't have to think of such irrelevant matters. I am also searching for them, they owe a debt they have to pay and we will take revenge on them together. For now, you need to take some rest, tomorrow is another hectic day. I let out a sigh as I shrug. But if you are not tired enough, maybe we should do an early exercise. His face creases into a coy smirk as he snakes his hand around my waist. You promised to make me feel good, remember? He further adds with a raised brow and I can't help but chuckle lightly. He never gets tired, does he? But I know underneath that facade, a storm is brewing. A storm which will make everyone below him shudder. Don't you want to talk about it? I ask after a while. Your mum. It's not the right time, baby. He cups my face in his palm. You are tired and you should take some rest. Today was a hectic day for you, Can you put me to sleep then? Of course, Enzo answers with a wink. I will take a shower and come. He stands up and makes his way towards the shower while I close my eyes and the same thought fill my heart again. I really need to find out what Natalia did with them. My thoughts are interrupted yet again when my mobile begins to beep, and when I see the caller ID, I pick it up almost immediately. I haven't called her in forever. Hey Aunt, I say as I press the phone on my ear. It's been a while. How are you, dear? She asks from the other end. I am sorry I couldn't call since you crossed my mind and I decided to give you a call. How have you been, Aunt? She lets out a sigh which I know is full of pain and regrets. I am happy you found someone who treats you like you deserve to be treated, my dear. She tells me again. Everyone here is talking about you. I always thank the moon goddess for not allowing you to suffer like your sister wanted. I am so happy for you, Michelle. From the tone of her voice, I know she is tearing up. Aunt has always been an emotional person. The moon goddess was kind to me, and I tell her. She didn't let me suffer the way Nicholas wanted me to suffer. Speaking about him, he came in a while ago. The pack house was attacked and Lucy was attacked. She will live, but it will take a while for her wolf to recover. My mind drifts off to Enzo for a second and a small smile appears on my face. I know whatever decisions he makes are because of me and I am most grateful for that. And something clicks in my mind and I call out to her. Natalia was with the Zia clan when she left Ossolini. Aunt exclaims, what has that child done? I need you to keep an eye on her and tell me anything you find out. I have a week to expose her for who she is, and you don't worry, sweetheart. I will try my best to help you. This is the only way I can compensate for what Nicholas did to you. Thank you, Aunt, and my grandbaby. I hope it is growing well. Of course, Aunt. I will give you a call later. Take care of yourself. As soon as I end the call, the bathroom door opens and Enzo saunters into the room with nothing on his body and the phone immediately falls off my hand in amazement. Did he forget to wear or robe, or better still, tie a towel? How can he just casually walk into the room? I can't help but gulp at the sight of him. He looks so. What do you think you are doing? His sensual voice jolts me out of my thoughts and I swallow hard. Couldn't you have worn a robe or something? My eyes travel around his body again and oh boy, I have the most physically handsome husband because what the actual. I think it's better I walk around this way, he tell me. I can be a good distraction for your thoughts. I gulp again as he begins to take slow steps towards me. You shouldn't have done this, Enzo, I mutter under my breath as I slightly press my legs together to stop the sensation surging through my body. What? He winks at me again as he lowers himself on the bed. I only had a shower. You are one sly wolf, aren't you? Maybe I can get rid of my tiredness through this, I whisper as I slowly cup him and I watch him clench his teeth together. You won't sleep if you get me all excited, Michelle, he warns. You know how I can become really. I gently close my mouth over his tip and Enzo vibrates for a second, his teeth clenching tighter against each other. As I circle my tongue over his tip, a groan leaves his mouth as he grabs a hold of the beddings to stop himself from going crazy. It seems none of us would be sleeping tonight then. I close my mouth over his shaft again and the expression on his face doesn't go unnoticed by me. Michelle's POV. After a few seconds, Dr. Lawrence finally looks up from his computer and his gaze rests on me. He presses forward on the chair before pushing his computer towards me. Here he points at the screen. This is the lining of your womb and it's a little weak since the tumor. It has been like that for a while now, it's nothing to be concerned about. Is that why I had that pain yesterday? He nods. Everything is fine and your babies are absolutely fine. You don't have anything to worry about. I finally let out a sigh, thanks to the moon goddess. I have also prescribed some new drugs for you. This is the second month of your pregnancy. You will need them. Thank you so much, Dr. Lawrence. You are welcome. Make sure to take a lot of rest. You need it. You are carrying triplets inside of you. We can't take the risk, of course. After a few other discussions, I pull my body out of the chair and make my way out of the office. Enzo left for the office early and I told him I will come straight to the venue when I am done from the hospital, but guess what? That doting man told me to take some rest before I think of coming to the office. My phone begins to ring and when I see it is Enzo on the line, I immediately answer and press it against my ear. Hello, his husky voice penetrates my ear. Hey, are you done? I answer with a nod. I am on my way home now. Good. I have told Izzy to stay with you. You can rest as much as you want and join us later. I am sorry for tiring you out yesterday. By sorry, did he mean for the gala night or the fact that I literally almost passed out before he finally allowed me to sleep? That man is a beast, but a beast that I am madly in love with. Okay, I will just rest for an hour and come, okay? Take care of yourself and I love you too, and yes, I arranged for a dietitian for you and she will arrive soon. I have explained everything to her so she knows what to do and not to worry. I trust her, of course. My face breaks into a gentle smile. Thank you, talk to you later, babe. As soon as Enzo ends the call, the smile on my face intensifies and for a moment I wish the babies in my stomach actually belonged to Enzo and not that bastard. We will get through this, my wolf advises, and I nod. I know I will get through it. I hasten toward the car and just as I am about to board, my phone starts to beep again and seeing it is Mustafa on the line, I answer immediately. Luna, his voice filters into my ear. Tell me, Mustafa, did you find anything? I just arrived at the mansion, Luna, he answers. I have a lot to tell you. I am on my way home now. I end the call and board the car and in no time, the black Ford accelerates out of the premises. By the time the car comes to a halt, Mustafa, who is standing on the porch, walks to open the door for me and I flash him a gentle smile. Enzo and his pack members never gave me a reason to feel like just a wolf. They are all practically my family and I love them with every fiber of my being. Luna, he bows lightly. You didn't tell me you were coming, I say as we make our way towards the porch again. Nicholas got a notice that I was there and I had to leave quickly. He would have surely captured me if he saw me, that bastard. I hiss under my breath. After getting to the porch, he pulls out a cane chair for me and I lower myself on it, but Mustafa remains standing, a gesture that makes me furrow my brows. Take a seat, Mustafa, I tell him. Not at all, Luna, he refutes. I dare not despite my anger, I can't help but chuckle lightly. I know all this is because of Enzo, he sure is so ruthless. I am ordering you to take a seat, Mustafa, I tell him again. As your incoming Luna, you are already our Luna, he smiles gently. Enzo's mark is already on your neck, so take a seat as you wish. He also lowers himself on the chair before returning his focus on me. What did you find out, Mustafa? He pulls his body towards me, his gaze intensifying. I couldn't find much about the Zia clan, but I got to know that Natalia got through to them through the help of one Rome. I know nothing about this Rome, but from the way Mustafa sounds, he must be someone who is closer to the pack than I think. And the two of them were seen together for quite some time. I think something is going on between them, he further adds. Rome. His name rolls out of my lips as an angry expression appears on my face. Interesting. I lean back against the chair as a feeling of relief surges through me. Did you find out anything about him? I think this is where Enzo comes in, Mustafa says again. The boss has a wide range of network and he can help us find out every single thing about Rome. I do not want to bother Enzo with something as trivial as this, I tell Mustafa. He agreed to help, but he also has a lot on his plate. The Fashion Week, Diego, and his sister, and even Nicholas. I should be able to handle Natalia and this Rome guy on my own. I can assure you that someone else is with them, Luna, Mustafa says again. I don't think this is as simple as it looks. Not to worry, Mustafa. I will handle this. I just need all the information I can get on Rome. Only then will I be able to decipher what is really going on. What is going on in your mind, Luna? Mustafa inquires, curiosity written all over his face. Not to worry, I gently pull my body out of the chair. Thank you for your hard work, Mustafa. You are welcome, Luna. As I make my way into the house, the thought of Rome and Natalia fills my mind. I am very sure that Rome played a vital role in what happened and why Nicholas and I divorced. My eyes gently flutter open as I hear the sound of Enzo's car. I glance at the wall clock and it is a few minutes past noon. I must have slept for a while and lost track of time. I slowly pull my body out of bed and make my way towards the door, but immediately it opens and Enzo saunters into the room looking as handsome as he can be. Hey baby, he pulls me into his embrace and presses a kiss on my forehead. Are you okay? You were not answering your calls. Sorry, I slept in when I should have been at the venue by now. Of course not. He leads me to the bed and helps me sit on it. I like the fact that you slept. Yesterday really tired you out. Izzy couldn't come because I sent her on an errand. I see. Why did you come though? My forehead creases up. Did you forget something? He pulls me into his embrace again and buries his head in the crook of my neck. I was missing you, so I came to see you and to tell you that I won't be home tonight. His statement makes a much bigger frown appear on my face and I gently pull away from him. What do you mean? Why won't you come? Do you have a surgery scheduled? No, he nods in the negative. I just have something to do at the pack house and tonight is a full moon. Reality dawns on me as I ask him. I have never had to worry about the full moon because I have always been in full control of my wolf, and that's a philosophy I am not sure of how it works. Maybe it has something to do with the powers that the moon goddess blessed me with, but I really do not have to care about a full moon. Yes, I have gone prey hunting a few times. I have changed into my original form a few times, but it was all of my own accord. The full moon has never affected me. Hearing Enzo speak like this, I wish I could share some of my powers with him. You should come home, Enzo, I tell him. I will be waiting for you. I cannot do that, he refutes, and don't force me to do that. I have asked my people to bring me all the information we have on Rome and you will have all the information you need about him tomorrow. But I can tell you that he has a direct connection to the Xia clan because his mother is from the Xia clan. I have been searching for them for years and I know a few things. I didn't know he was acquainted with your sister years ago. I have all the raw information on him but I don't want you to delve deeper into the Xia's situation, they are dangerous. I am only going to give you the information that is connected to Natalia and that bastard. Why haven't you taken this Rome if you know he is connected to them? Because he is the only person who can take me to them. I have my eyes on him. You should not worry about that and I am letting you do this because you seem bored and this should help you pass time. Once I see that it is becoming difficult, I will handle everything myself. You are only allowed to focus on Natalia and leave Nicholas to me. His 1 week is ticking away like a time bomb. For a moment I am speechless. This man has everything planned out already. He already knows what he wants me to be involved in. How can I not love him? How much do you know, Enzo? I can't help but ask him. Not a chance, kitten. He caressed my cheek gently. Like I said, you will get the information that is in connection to Natalia and that's all. I don't want you being in a dangerous situation. That means Mustafa didn't tell me everything he found out. Don't ask a lot of questions, baby. He kisses my hand gently. Let me protect you like I ought to. This is me allowing you to play with her for now. I will have her full attention when I am done with all this work stress. After he is done, he kisses me again and stands up. Today you should take some rest in the house. Everything is going fine. You do not need to worry. But Enzo. Not now, kitten. He cuts me off lovingly. I won't let you in the face of danger and I mean it. Focus on Natalia and leave Rome and everything connected to the Xia clan to me. But they are all connected. Are you going to flaunt my orders now? He inquires with a raised eyebrow. Of course not. I just... You will get all the information by the morning and you should take some rest and eat. I will see you tomorrow. He places another kiss on my lips again and makes to leave, but I grab him by the hand and also stand up. You should come home after the event, Enzo. I tell him. I will be waiting for you right outside the door before the moon arrives in the sky. Please come home. You will get hurt, kitten. His voice is laced with a slight pain. We both know that's not possible, Enzo. I caress his face gently. I will be waiting for you. Michelle's POV. It is already past 8 and Enzo is not home yet. I have called him several times but he didn't respond. Maria also told me that he has left the venue. Did he go straight to the pack house? I am not so sure because I told him to come straight home and the Enzo I know will never make me worry. I turn around to pick up my phone and this is when I see Izzy's call coming through and my heart skips a beat. I hastily pick up the phone and click on the receive button before pressing it against my ear. Michelle, her voice filters through. I don't have much time but Enzo is here at the pack house and he won't see anyone or talk to anyone. He came in 30 minutes ago and has since locked himself up in his room and has refused to come out. I am on my way now. I immediately drop the phone and grab the car keys before heading out of the room. The moment I step out, an unknown man bows to me and from the look of things, he is completely human. I am the new driver, ma'am, he says politely and I can't help but heave a sigh. Enzo has everything planned out yet he is in so much pain. How can he even think of me in the situation that he is in? Tell me why I won't love this man till the end of my life? It is nice to meet you, but I will drive myself tonight. The boss asked me not to let you drive yourself, ma'am. He gave me specific instructions. I said I will go on my own. I am already getting irritated. Ma'am, come of it, I snap at him. I said I will go on my own right now. I only care about Enzo and no one else. Not bothering to wait for his response, I board the Maybach and speed out of the premises. As if fate is trying to mess with us, I can already see the moon from a distance, and I know for a fact that those who cannot control themselves are already on the brink of insanity. I have watched Nicholas shift into his wolf form on full moons, and I have seen how aggressive he can be. For the fact that Enzo gets 10 times more aggressive than that makes me wonder how he has struggled all these years. Luckily the pack house is not far, and in no time, I bring the car to an abrupt halt in front of the gates and I rush into the house. Izzy is standing by the gates, and from the color of her eyes, I know she is trying to hold on to the last bit of humanity left in her. Everyone has left and no one is allowed to come back until sunrise. Michelle, she tells me, her voice coming out in almost a whisper. Only Brenda and Nicole have been tied up in the courtyard as Enzo ordered. I am afraid he might actually tear them into pieces. I am going to take care of him. I tell Izzy, go and do what you need to. Thank you. She holds onto my hand and drops a key, and immediately she rushes past me with the speed of light while I set my attention on the house again. I should be afraid. I should be scared, but the man inside has never given me a reason to be scared of him, and I am not going to abandon him at a time like this. Will you be fine? My wolf asks, and I nod. I will be fine. In haste, I rush towards the house as the howls of my kind filter into my ear from a distance. It is time. The moment I enter, his scent filters into my nose and I immediately follow it until I come to a door which is under heavy locks. My forehead creases into a frown. Why must he be caged like he is some kind of animal? Technically he is, but... I look down at my hand as the keys Izzy gave me sparks some kind of feeling in me. The moment I open this door, I am opening it to Enzo's ruthless nature in his wolf form. Are you ready for this? My wolf asks me again. I cup my tummy for a moment as I brace myself. Going in there will be everything at risk, but it is a risk I am willing to take, for Enzo and the man I love. Letting out a sigh, I knock gently on the door. Enzo. I call out to him gently, but no answer from the other end. Enzo. I call out again, but he does not answer, which makes my heart skip another beat. This can only mean one thing. Without thinking, I hastily open the door and venture into the room, but to my surprise, Enzo is nowhere to be found. Some chains are lying on the ground while a few other things look distorted in the room, but not too much, and his scent is still lingering in the room. I look around for a moment and my eyes fall on the huge hole on the wall. Did he break the wall and leave? My attention is drawn to the snarls coming from the other side of the wall, and I know for a fact that the man I love is behind that wall. Not thinking much about it, I rush towards the other side, and this is when I stop right in my tracks as my eyes travel around the enormous creature standing and facing me with his grip tight on Brenda's neck. Enzo stands in front of me, larger than any wolf I have ever seen, with a muscular build that even Nicholas would dream of. His piercing amber eyes travel up and down my body as his snarls and groans reach my ear, his fur as dark as the night, something I have not seen before, and his strong and sharp teeth protruding out of his mouth while his ears and tail stand mightily on his body. He is the most villainous wolf I have ever come across, and now I know why he locks himself away. The only thing clearly emanating from him is danger and everything evil. Enzo. His name rolls out of my lips. The moment our eyes come in contact, this huge creature stops for a while, his amber eyes dimming a little, but just when I thought he is going to calm down, he tightens his hold on the lady's neck, ready to sever her neck from her body, which is already covered with fur and blood. "Don't do this, Enzo," I beg him. Please. His eyes darken again and he begins to come at me. Each step makes the ground shake underneath him and I can feel the beads of sweat forming on my forehead. I won't lie, I am actually scared, but I am not going to leave him in this condition, not a chance. "Help me please," Brenda keeps begging me as she struggles between insanity and fear, but I completely ignore her. She deserves whatever she is getting. Slowly but steadily, he moves towards me. His eyes holding me in a deadly glare, his claws ready to smash and squash. Compared to his enormous body, I look like a frail wolf and my thought is cut short when he flings the lady he is holding and she backs against the wall, losing consciousness almost immediately, but I don't care. I continue to stare back at the alpha wolf in front of me. "Why do you feel so familiar?" His voice sounds in my head while his snarls and low growls greet me. "Come to your senses, Enzo," I beg him again, but instead he snatches me up and backs me against the wall, cruelly making me gasp in pain as I feel the impact on my whole body. He brings his nose closer to my neck and lets out a very loud howl, making the wolf inside of me react. "Now you smell intoxicating." His voice reaches my ear again as he cups my neck. "Are you my next prey?" Right now, he looks like he is about to play with me before he ends me. This is the kind of cruel curse the moon goddess has bestowed on him, making a mockery of everything he has ever believed in. "Come to your senses, Enzo," I yell at the top of my lungs as his grip tightens around my neck, his claws already making a mark on my skin. He doesn't look like he is in a hurry, he looks like he wants to slowly tear me into shreds and make a mess of everything I am. The urge to snap your head off is so overwhelming. His voice rings in my ear again. "But you feel vaguely familiar to me. I am your mate, Alpha." I force the words out of my mouth and his amber eyes darken, making me gulp again. "A Luna you have marked and mated with." A howl from deep inside the forest makes Enzo turn his attention from me for a moment and he immediately drops me on the ground and begins to walk towards the forest. His steps calculated and the aura emanating from him is too powerful for me to ignore. "Go home, Michelle." His voice resonates in my mind again. I may not be able to control myself in the next 2 seconds. He knows me. He knows who I am. He is slipping in and out of his mind and I am going to make him as calm as he has ever been, no matter what. "I am not leaving without you," I tell him, and he growls again, his back to me. I know very well what his growls mean, the fact that he is fighting the urge to turn back and tear me into a million pieces. I can feel it all. "The night is still very young, Luna. Go home, or I might actually make you my prey tonight." "Then make me," I half yell, and I immediately begin to run towards him, my wolf getting ready to jump out of me any moment now. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.